Well, with the heat, the humidity, the off and on rain this time of year, it can create some really tricky situations for your lawn or garden. And if you've got questions, we've got answers right here. We are joined this morning by Kara Zeigler from Pike Nurseries to address some common questions. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for braving the humidity out here. It's
Absolutely.
kind of messy out here on the weather deck, but not raining yet, more importantly. All right, so we're going to go through a few of the questions here, and I'll read them right here. The first one, if you've got roses or gardenias and you've got something that looks like powdery white stuff or even black sooty stuff on them, what is that? What do you do about it?
That's one of the most common questions we get asked is about black spot on roses.
Okay.
So very common on your roses. You can use an all-in-one rose and flower care granules and sprinkle it around the base, and that will prevent it.
Okay.
And then also if you're an organic gardener, you can use neem oil, and you want to do it in the morning or at night because it is an oil and it will burn like in the middle of the day with as hot as it is. So either one of those products will prevent your black spot. Same thing with powdery mildew, like on crepe myrtles, for instance.
Okay.
You can do the same process for that or your gardenias.
Okay, so a pretty easy solution.
Pretty easy solution.
Okay, to a common problem. All right, another problem, if you got brown spots or rings of mushrooms on your lawn, what do you do about that?
Right, that's commonly known as fairy ring, really common when we're having a lot of rain, it's so humid out here. You want to use a fungicide granules. They're really easy to put in a spreader, spread on your lawn. You can do it before it rains or after it rains. You do want to wet it afterwards because the water will kind of, trigger it to start working.
Now, how long might it take for something like that to actually show results?
I would do it, it will prevent it for like 6 to 8 weeks, but you'll get results pretty quick.
Okay, very good. All right, what's next? We got back to gardenias. If they have yellow leaves, what's wrong with them?
That's another just super common question we get at Pikes. Gardenias are very sensitive to pH in the soil, so if you're getting a lot of rain, it will leach all the nutrients out of the soil.
Okay.
So what you want to do is apply a all-purpose plant food, and sometimes they have iron deficiencies, which shows up as really yellow leaves, and you can spray them with an ironite.
Okay. So a lot of rain is not always a good thing.
Not always a good thing.
Not necessarily. All right, let's talk about tomatoes and gardening. What is all of this off and on rain going to do for that?
Yeah, this is a hard time of year for tomatoes because they like very consistent moisture. They don't like, to be too dry or too wet. And another thing is that they stop blooming when it gets over 90 degrees. So if you're not seeing tomato production right now, that is why. But one thing about all the rain is it leaches out calcium and causes blossom end rot.
Okay.
So if you see the bottom of your tomato kind of turning black, we have a blossom end rot spray that you can spray it with calcium, and that will prevent that problem.
All right, excellent. And I know if anyone has any additional questions, coming straight to Pike Nurseries, great thing to do.
Bring us a sample or a picture, and we always have people there that can help you.
Thank you so much, Kara. We can get to work in the garden this weekend before the storms hit. Karen?
I like that idea, Joanne. Thank you so much for that. It is now 8:50.